Hello, good afternoon, friend. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ari Devi Trisna Putri. I am from SMA 4 dan Pasar, Bali. In today, I'd like to tell you about the storytelling lesson plan as the tasks for the day 2. Okay, let we goes. For the storytelling lesson plan today, there will be uh, five things that I will discuss. The first one is the lesson material. The second is the lesson objective. The third is lesson plan. Uh, it includes the video observation from the student and question. And then fourth, we'll teach about the moral concept and discussion. And then the last is about the storytelling activities. In the storytelling activities, I want a student to drawing puppet and create their own story using the character of Badanamu character. Okay, let we go to the first things that we will discuss today. The first is about the lesson material. To complete this lesson, I want a student to prepare. I will prepare the story for the student from Badanamu story. It's really great story that we can use for the student. And then the second is because I want the student to draw puppet. So we will need drawing paper, skisser, glue, stick, coloring pen, and then they also need paper to write about the moral value. Okay, the second is lesson objectives. From this lesson, after they're complete, join the lesson today. Student will be able to answer the question about story and predict what will happen next, and then they can able to offer their own example of morals and listen to the rest of the classes, and then they can draw pictures, create puppet, and then doing demonstration in front of the class about the puppet. Okay. And then the third is the lesson plan. Okay, for the lesson plan, yeah, I'll start by giving the student a short story uh, about fables. I will explain to the student what fables is, and then uh, the example of fables. After that, I want student to do observation, watch the video about Badanam's story. I choose the title is the Caterpillar's Helpers. The story is really good for the student. They will learn about how to help others, and then when they are watching the story, I will stop the video, and then I will ask the question to them, what do you think will happen next? And then I will ask, what is this character like? They have to know about the character of each how is the character of uh, if each people in Badanamu stories. And then after that, uh, I want them to guess what will happen in the end of the story. Okay, so this question serves to introduce students to the art of storytelling, and then they have to uh, know the important aspect of listening and reading. Okay, the fourth is yes, when we learn about story, we will learn about the moral concept and discussion. So, after the story finish, I will introduce a concept of moral value from the story. I will ask the student, what did you learn from listening to the story? What did you learn from watching the story? And then I will allow several students to answer, and then we'll discuss it briefly about the moral of a story, and then I'll explain them about the moral of the story in the especially in Badanamu story about caterpillar helper. Okay, I also will ask them, yeah, they might know some of the story about fairy tales or fable, and then the familiar story that they already watched when they was kid. I will ask them to tell me what is actually the moral value from the story that they ever read before. And then I will ask the students some of the following question, and I want them to write down the answer on the board. What are some other lesson or morals that you know? What lesson or moral do you learn in your home? Have you read other story with morals or lesson? And then I will ask them also to watch another video in Badanamu story. Okay, the last is about the storytelling activities. It will be really interesting because students have to draw something, students have to use their creativity in it. In storytelling activities, I ask the student to watch the video once again, and then I want them to draw pictures from the story, create the puppet of each character from the story with their group, of course, because the limit of the time, if they do it by themselves, it will be, yeah, it wasting the time. So they will work with their group, and then they also have to write down what is the moral of the story that they watch. And then the last, after they understand about fables, and then they watch already some story using Badanamu video, I want them trying to create a new story using Badanamu character that they already create. And then after they creating the story, they have to do a demonstration of the puppet show with their friend. I think that's all about the lesson, the storytelling, lesson planning that I can tell you today. Thank you very much for the attention. Have a nice day, everyone.